And then
to the middle, right?
for our topics for today, so we're gonna do our Senpai Talk Spot, where well, I'll be asking my sister some questions over her experience, and she's I think you're honestly a bigger weeb than I am.
Maybe. I mean, that's debatable.
I think a lot of it is because of her connections to the art world, and so whenever new anime is buzzing or new manga is buzzing, and it gets the artists all riled up, she like lets me know, and that's why I was able to even find out about Promare, because it's kind of more of a hidden cult one in the anime scene.
Mm-hmm.
So it all came from you, actually. So, and then after that, we're going to be talking about all the studios. We each picked 3, and I'd love if you stuck around. I hope you stick around to add some commentary because, I mean, I know when Studio Trigger is going to come up, I'm just going to be like, those bright, bold colors.
Yeah,
and,
those cross explosions. Oh,
So
HQ
I'm
wants to
excited
know,
to
is she also a manga gamer?
manga reader.
Do you also read
I think
manga?
so HQ is a huge manga reader. I got HQ to read Claymore. She was the one that got me into Claymore. So she is a big manga reader.
Yeah, I read manga, like, I think I like more than anime. I would say the ratio is around 60-40.
Oh,
That's better than my ratio. Mine's like 80-40. So yeah, it runs in our family.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a
Manga.
family thing then. All right, so
All right.
Without further ado,
let's get right into it. So as you guys can see, this is her Instagram. If you guys want to check her out, it is Art of Tangmo on IG.
I'll drop a link.
Yes, please do that. Daddy says he can't ban it. Yeah, because you guys are both mods. That's why. I guess let's start off like how did you get started doing art? Like were you inspired by anime, or did you get into anime because you were like an artist?
Probably earlier than that. I don't think I've actually like picked up when did we get our first manga books? Because that's when we started out.
I'm trying to we were young.
Yeah, we were
easily
young.
10.
Yeah, like around 10 years old. But I've been drawing for that.
You've been drawing a long time.
Yeah, pretty.
I remember you started trying to do manga too. Like
I tried.
Most people.
I tried to do comics. I don't want to do comics anymore.
But I think that's like most people who love manga. They have that passport where they want to try to start creating their own manga. I remember when you tried to do your own panel. So
yeah,
it runs deep.
But yeah, it was definitely before I got into anime. And then like I actually, what happened? Like I think around later school, college, like I sort of dropped it almost entirely, and because there just wasn't anything new for me to watch. I didn't really know what to get into at the time. Mm-hmm. And then like 2016, there was like a boom of really good anime, like Mob Psycho, things like that. Ooh. And so that's when I got back into it. And like keeping up with most shows, keeping up with most new trending manga, and really enjoying it.
And you're inspired by a lot of it. It shows through in your artwork, especially when you like ship a lot. I noticed that when your artwork you'll do based on that ship. What was the one from Bungo Stray Dogs that you made?
Sukoku. That one's the biggest one. It's so funny because like there's like I look at the Japan ratings. Like there's a bunch of straight ships and then there's Sukoku like right there. It's like it trends really high in Japan. I don't know why.
So she follows a lot of those ships, and you actually do a lot of fanfic too.
Yeah, fanfic, and also like follow what the fan artists draw and things like that. It's a nice tight knit community.
Daddy's asking, is Bungo Stray Dogs any good?
Yeah, it is. Like it's not. Okay, so I've read the manga and the anime. The anime like does a pretty good job of the manga. It's like you'd have to be more invested with Japanese writers because that's what the names of the characters are after. Mm-hmm. So it's like classic Japanese literature. And that's why it's probably good in Japan compared to the US.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. And I know Studio Bones animates it too.
Right. See, she's like the OG me. Like, she's got all of her facts in a row. Like,
So,
like, basically, if you don't like the first episode of Bungo Stray Dogs, I don't think you'll like the rest of it much. So, just something
that's a good way to test.
That's definitely fair. So, what would you say are your biggest influences with your artwork?
Biggest influences? Well, definitely other artists.
Any studio or artist or who
like
your artwork the most?
Yeah, like it's definitely one of my all-time favorites is James Jean. He's still alive. Like James Jean does incredible artwork. You can tell that he's also inspired by manga anime as well, but not as much. Like you'd have to look at his work to figure out what I mean. But other animes and such, like let's see. It's mostly manga. Like Nana from like Ayazawa, she does the comics, and also Paradise Kiss. Like those are very beautiful drawings. I mostly like look at manga that have at least good draftsmanship. Like the only one I gave an exception to, I think, was Attack on Titan, and I didn't even keep up with it for that long.
Why did you give it an exception?
Oh, really?
Because the story was interesting in the beginning.
Yeah, it really was.
But the drawings were
You read the
Yeah.
Attack on Titan, it's definitely the anime takes the cake.
the anime does a really good job on Attack on Titan. That's why I was like, maybe you'll continue the manga.
Yeah, I know. I only
maybe.
continued
You
the manga because I
should.
needed info on the anime.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of
The
stuff
manga's
that happens that we
crazy.
can never talk about. Like,
Yeah, okay, that's the other thing. So Mike isn't on here, but he doesn't read a manga, period. I'm working on it.
You need to get him into Claymore.
I know!
Claymore is the one that everyone should read.
So I'm trying to get him into it, but we can't cover any spoilers because he doesn't really go as far as the anime. Wait, so I want to talk about your con experience. List all the cons you've been to.
One was Anime Milwaukee. Second one was Anime Boston. Third one was really doesn't have to backtrack. Was Indie PopCon in Indianapolis. Fourth one, well, maybe I don't have to list them in order. I'm just gonna list the ones that I know that I went to. Yeah, Anime New York City.
Yes.
Salt Lake City Comic Con. I keep forgetting. Oh man, I'm actually forgetting.
Did you do one in Texas? You did an Austin one?
Yeah, I did one. Not in Austin, San Antonio, San Japan.
Did you do Detroit?
Not yet. Oh yeah, that was Yumacon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Yumacon, San Japan, OhioCon.
Ohio. Yeah.
So many.
damn, yeah.
Yeah,
So many.
There's a good amount. I was slated for a bunch this year, but you know what I mean? We all know what happened. Like, there's gonna be no going out like 2022. So yeah, I was supposed to be at Anime Expo.
Oh my gosh,
No,
yeah.
LA.
Yeah.
That was a big one. I wanted to go to that one.
Yeah, because
I
I'm
was
just
gonna-
like, she should just come with me.
Yeah, we were gonna fly out for that one.
We
too.
honestly don't think they're coming back till 2022.
Yep. Like, you should not
Really?
have that many people in the same room.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I know, we're like-
unfortunately.
I know Chin and I bought our tickets the day they came out for Anime NYC, our 3-day
Yeah.
passes. So we're just
For
like
this
fingers
year.
crossed that it happens, but obviously putting people's safety before the con. If it does get postponed, so be it. Whatever. Everybody
Yeah.
stay safe so we can
Dang
come
it
back.
at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same
You said
thing
you
with,
think it's because of insurance.
with like
Yeah.
Crunchyroll Expo too. We
Yep.
we
Yeah.
put that off. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
I was
yeah,
about to buy my
he said
ticket,
fuck
and I'm
people's
like,
safety.
Anime, people's safety.
And there's our manager coming in hot.
Yeah.
Classic.
So,
But I mean, about upcoming Anime New York City, I don't know yet. They actually haven't released who's going to be there, artist or
Okay.
vendor wise.
Yeah, they don't do that until like.
Much later. They didn't notify us
Yeah.
until literally September, and we had to like gather everybody together. Like, who's going to go into which hotel?
Oh,
Like,
really?
Oh yeah, actually
Yeah,
do a
that's
little
super
background
late.
about.
It is. It was really late. Like, I remember when I got the notification, I was like, oh my god, why do I have to plan this so late?
Yeah, like they're just trying to make people buy $1,000 flights to get there.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I got lucky with the flight, but the hotel was like a sucker punch. That was
Oh,
a really
yeah.
expensive hotel.
Demantic. He says I got
And you have
hentai
to-
body
no, I
clothes
think,
to
like,
buy.
Go into the background of like booking into a con to be
Oh,
an
yeah.
artist alley, prepping for it, when you get notifications, when you have to book, like what you have to think of, packing for it, getting your booth set up. Like, go into that because not a lot of us know that backstory.
Oh yeah, well if I get notified a little late, it's definitely a bit problematic because I don't know what to stock in time sometimes. Like sometimes things take a month to
Oh.
manufacture.
And they're lottery based, aren't they?
Some are so here's how like some judge process works. Some of them is juried, some of them are lottery, so there's like chance of getting like picked as an artist alley on random, and some of them are first come first serve. Like it's
Mm.
all of them are very hard to get into. Like juried, all of them are hard. Sometimes like most people are like if you're a vendor though, like the ones who sell most of like the have the really big booths and are on the other side compared to artist alley, they buy it's first come first serve, and then they renew the contract for next year. Like,
oh, okay.
I'm thinking I might make the switch, but it's so much money too because you're putting down like thousands for a year later.
Yeah. Hmm.
It's like a
I didn't know
season
that.
ticket.
That's
And you can't tell if it's a good con yet. So
So what's your?
So your team's a good.
How does your first con
Okay.
experience compare to your most recent one?
The first one was like I didn't know what to expect because I actually got off the wait list for my first one and I had to prepare really fast because I only had a month and I was also had to prepare this everything like I only had a month and I was really stressing and it turned out okay actually. I made a few new friends and I learned something because this was also my first time actually selling to like people in person, so I didn't know what the reaction would be to my artwork.
Mm.
And then I got a taste of it for the first time and then I knew what to do for the next time and also like figure out who my audience is really because I've always had a hard time figuring that out online. So in person it was like easier to see.
That you can see direct responses to your
Yeah.
work, figure out what you want to stock next time, what type of work possibly that you want to cater towards next time, and then you actually spend a lot of time reinvesting into your booth, especially.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
There's a lot of sales tactics that go into how you display your booth.
Yeah, like weird. Like, sometimes the smallest things work really, really well, and you wouldn't expect it. And you're like, oh, I guess I could have tried that 3 cons ago.
Interesting. I never realized how much went into it. I thought it was kind of like lay out your best stuff and then maybe put your not so best stuff in the back.
And then if someone asks, then you buy.
Yep.
What would you say is like, I guess like coming from like a more like businessy standpoint, do you have like a specific like tactic, I guess, like when you're sitting at Artist Alley to like get people to, to like come see you, and then like when they are there, like buy your stuff? Because I remember specifically when Chris and I, when we were at Anime NYC last year, there was like multiple like booths that we stopped by and they're just like, oh my gosh, like I love your hair, and I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you.
And then Chin was like, oh, I have to buy something.
I'm like, thank you so much, like here, take my money.
But I think they also mean it. Like,
Like I won't comment unless I actually want to compliment. Like it's not a bad way to get people. Like of course, just looking welcoming really helps a lot. You don't know how many people I know just like look down and don't look back up. Like that's a bit too common. And that's when you can tell they probably haven't worked retail before either, because that's not allowed.
Oh yeah,
But I mean, tactics-wise, like it's mostly your art that's supposed to catch their eye. Like I know for a fact, like there are some people who pass my booth, and like I can tell if they're engaged with what I make, or it's just not their style or their taste. Like some people like more cute art, or some people like more like fan art booth, or if they're searching for a specific character and they don't see it on my booth, like they're not going to stop by. It depends.
But then also with that, it's like you also try to do deals. Compare like how it is on the first couple of days versus the last day selling.
Really? I mean, it actually just changes a lot. Sunday sales, like I mostly get the best sales in the very early beginning of Sunday, because that's when people are like, yeah, I know what I want to buy after these 2 days. And Saturday is also nice and busy. Friday is like a little slow, and that's when I just first say. Like it depends on the con. Some cons are like the same all throughout the day. Some cons have like a spike and then go down.
Okay, yeah. I feel like that makes sense because Anime NYC with Chin was my first anime convention ever. And I think for me, because it was my first time, I was just like, I'm buying shit every day. I don't care. Like, I love it. I just want to get it all.
Yeah.
But you could definitely tell, like, the people that are, like, more, I guess, like, seasoned con people, they kind of scope everything out on Friday. And then Saturday, they see,
they do.
They make sure stuff is, like, still in stock. And they're like, all right, I'll come back tomorrow and get it. And then, like you said, Sundays that, like, everybody rushes in the morning to go get whatever they can get before it sells out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, remember what, like, on Sunday we were planning on like not buying anything, and then we had we had the 1 hour literally like before the premiere of Weathering with You, and we just went ham, and then like we came back with like I had like that giant Anbu Kakashi poster. I had like we had what was it, like the Demon Slayer like the hip hop looking print.
Oh yeah,
like they're wearing like the J's and like the Fear of Gods and everything, and it was I don't know. I guess Sunday. Yeah, Sunday is literally just a day where all of your restrictions that you thought you were gonna have just kind of go out the window.
Yeah, Because I thought
And I
I
don't do
spent all my
Sunday
money.
sales. I didn't do that.
No.
Well, actually, that's another good question, though. Is how much money do you think someone going to a con should expect to?
I mean, when I went to the con I went to first time, like I easily spent $50 within an hour. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not hard.
Yeah. It's like
What was
two
your favorite con that you've done?
things.
My favorite one. I really liked San Japan. That one was a good
Which
one.
one was that one?
It was in San Antonio. That
Right.
one because they had really nice seats. They gave us like seats
It's all about the
for a
comfort.
very long time. It's really appreciated. Like, they
Bahena
just
Jeff,
handled it so
what
well.
up?
Like organization was wonderful. And also like the people there were like super nice, and they really like you can tell they appreciated a lot of goes into Artist Alley, and like they're very seasoned con goers. That's the impression I got from San Japan.
Okay, what's the worst?
I don't know if I should.
Don't say the place. Don't say the place so that you don't get flagged.
Yeah.
Like, what's a like? If you could talk around it, not so great artist experience.
Well, not so great experience for all vendors and artists was probably this one convention in the Midwest.
I remember you told me about this.
Oh
It's
god,
so good.
it was just a mess. Like all of it, I've never dealt with such disorganization ever. Not even in a group project. Like it shouldn't have been that bad, especially because this convention is very well known. Like it literally
like
made
I
me
know
not
what
ever want to
convention-
apply again.
I think I know what convention you're talking about. I'm not gonna say it. That might be like a private Discord conversation.
Yeah, I'm not telling you guys over Discord, but oh my god, it was very stressful even throughout the con because there were like evictions happening. I remember this one artist like
Really?
drove from Boston to this area and she was evicted from her booth
Shit.
because they said she wasn't selling the product that she was supposed to, but they also never gave us like guidelines on what product to sell.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blending
Interesting.
that was, and like I was talking to another friend who did conventions for a while. She said like they liked that convention. However, she stopped doing it because it was run by children. Like, and no wonder because this last year was the worst year they've had with organization. And that was the year I did.
Of course. So lucky. You were just so lucky. What out of all of the artwork that you have created, what do you think would be your favorite piece?
One. Actually, it's if you scroll through the Instagram, you might be able to see it.
All right, just tell me when to
See
stop.
the pink one. I actually quite like the Bloom.
This one?
Keep going down.
The pink one?
The pink, yeah, the
Yeah.
totally pink one.
You told me actually flowers are hard.
Yeah, flowers are extremely hard to
They
paint.
look
What
so
makes
pretty.
this one your favorite?
Those gold painters. Well, this one, like, I actually, funny thing was, I hated it up until I printed it out. Like, I was like, this does not look good. And then I printed it out, and I was like, okay, I think I really like this. Because I was working on it in a small screen. Like, it didn't have that presence to me. Like, it just wasn't, it didn't, like, tell me that, oh, this painting could actually work out.
Mm-hmm.
But when I finally printed it out and saw, like, everything, I'm like, wow, I actually did a good job on this one.
Ooh, go to the next one.
Not to toot my own
that's your
horn, but
fan art one.
Yeah, my gosh,
Oh,
she's like,
I've seen
wow, I
that.
can't believe
I
I
saw
hated
that
this
one.
every time.
I love that one. I saw
Yeah,
that
this was
one.
the fan arts that people requested. Tanjiro, he was really cute. Really cute kid.
He's a good boy. He's best boy, honestly.
He is a very good boy. Watch out, you're gonna pull this
Oh,
out.
sorry, my bad.
He's very cute. But my other paintings that like I mostly like them all quite equally. Like sometimes my favorites change.
Mm-hmm.
But what you do?
Is there like
it's
a certain painting that you've done that has like a different kind of like backstory than like the others? In a way, like I guess the
actually
way that
most
you
of
were
them are
feeling.
very some of the fan art ones are definitely different because my own personal paintings are quite introspective. Like they mostly talk about like dreams or just like inner emotions, things like that. I sometimes am able to embed that in my fan art, but that's only like if it like for example the Fire Emblem portraits you see, like that one's different from say the Fire Emblem portraits where they're mostly just like cool character portraits.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your booth.
Yeah, that's like my booth right there for OhioCon
Let's
in the
get
next
to
pick.
the nice booth.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, that's one.
Ooh.
Yeah, then you see all my art up there.
So packing all of that.
Yeah,
How do you
like-
get that?
Oh yeah.
done?
How is
Yeah.
that?
It's like both suitcases. Yeah, like it's okay if it's a driving con, because like I could just pack whatever I want. But flying, I have to make sure like both suitcases are 50 pounds and no more. Otherwise, I'm gonna get charged like $75 more
Yeah.
or more, depending on the airline. Yeah, usually I can keep it pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was anime in New York City.
I'm trying to think like if,
Like that one, I think.
C11, huh? Like, cause like Chris and I were there, so like, I'm trying to like recall the way that the layout Artist Alley was, and if we had
that
passed
was
by,
so wide. Like, it was big.
yeah,
There was 400 artists. That's a lot. Most alleys
Yeah.
tend to do 200.
The Javits Center is huge.
Really?
Yeah, Anime New York City was really big.
Is there a pro or con to that?
Yeah, there's actually a big con. Like, it's mostly so some cons will have to limit the amount because they want to like make sure you make enough sales per
To
customer.
make it really worth it for you to
Yeah,
be there.
it's because if there's 400, then the money gets distributed even more.
mm-hmm.
But if there's like a smaller amount, the money gets distributed like more to each person instead of like to a bunch of different artists.
And you said some artists like
Oh.
cons are their source of income.
Yep, like mine.
Unfortunately. So with COVID, that makes it really tough.
So everybody go
But yeah,
go check
that,
out
that
the
was
site in the chat.
very begin bros.
Yeah, everybody go to the site and order something. That is your mission.
Yeah.
That is your mission.
Yeah.
No, but when you do go to a con, it's really worth it to take the time to see Artist Alleys. They are producing one of a kind, unique work.
Mm-hmm.
Before you weren't interested in doing anime pieces because
Yeah, because I didn't know because at the time I was just working as a freelance illustrator, like trying to get editorial cover jobs, things like that. And so like that just wasn't a good thing to put into your portfolio. But now I don't really care because I don't think the editor would know.
you're like, this looks like a Fire Emblem character.
And I was just like, wow,
This looks kind of similar, but
now
I'm
that
not
I'm
sure.
feeling free with my portfolio. Yeah.
Alright, is there anything else you want to cover in your spotlight?
Well, I could just like look at also the chat. Yeah, like some artist alleys are really tiny. Like I know some college cons are quite tiny. I would like to do one.
A college con.
Yeah, like
Ooh.
University of Chicago has one, and also like a
Really?
few of them.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
so, like,
I
look
wish
at your
my
local college.
had an anime con.
Yeah, I know, right?
That would have been
Yeah.
amazing.
That would be really cool.
I wish.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I wish